Here's a cultural misunderstanding that could end your career. In Pakistan, publicly disagreeing with your boss's decision shows disrespect and insubordination that could get you fired. In Sweden, not debating with your manager suggests you're disengaged, uncreative, or hiding problems. Welcome to the Power Protocol, where challenging authority can be career suicide or career requirement, depending on where you work.
Let's start with Pakistani workplace culture, because the hierarchy is not just respected, it's fundamental to how work functions.
How strict is the hierarchy?
Extremely. In Pakistani business culture, the boss's authority is almost absolute. When your manager makes a decision, you implement it. Questioning their judgment publicly, especially in meetings, is seen as undermining their authority and showing disrespect.
So you never disagree?
Not publicly. If you have concerns, you might speak privately with your manager, very carefully, very deferentially, but never contradict them in front of others. That would humiliate them and be seen as insubordination.
What's the cultural logic?
Pakistani culture is strongly hierarchical, influenced by family structures, Islamic traditions, and colonial history. Authority figures, parents, elders, managers, deserve respect and obedience. Challenging them disrupts social order and shows bad character.
So the boss's decision stands regardless of quality?
Often, yes. The assumption is that the boss has more experience, wisdom, and information. They've earned their position through seniority. Questioning them suggests you think you're smarter than someone who's proven themselves.
What happens if someone does challenge authority publicly?
It's career damaging. There's a British Pakistani man, Amir, who returned to Karachi after university in the UK. In his first meeting, his manager proposed a strategy Amir thought was flawed. Amir, using his British business school training, raised his concerns in the meeting.
That didn't go well?
His manager was visibly angry. After the meeting, Amir was told he had embarrassed his boss and damaged his reputation. His manager stopped giving him important assignments because he'd shown he couldn't be trusted to maintain hierarchy.
So much for Western management training.
Right. What British business schools teaches healthy debate is considered insubordination in Pakistan. The cultural values are completely different.
Now Sweden has developed what might be the world's flattest corporate hierarchy.
How flat?
In Swedish workplaces, managers are more like coordinators than authorities. The expectation is that everyone, regardless of title, should contribute ideas, challenge assumptions, and debate decisions. Not doing so suggests you don't care about the work.
So disagreeing with your manager is expected?
Actively expected. If a Swedish manager proposes something and nobody questions it or offers alternatives, they'll often explicitly ask, "Does anyone see problems with this approach?" They want critical engagement.
So silence is interpreted negatively?
Yes, Swedish culture values consensus and collective input. If you're not debating or contributing, either you're not thinking critically or you're hiding your concerns, which prevents the team from making good decisions.
What does this look like in actual meetings?
Junior employees regularly challenge senior managers. "I'm not sure that approach will work because," or "Have we considered this alternative?" There's no deference to title. The best idea wins, regardless of who proposes it.
So hierarchy barely exists?
In terms of decision-making, barely. Managers have final responsibility, but they're expected to build consensus rather than command. There's a Pakistani woman, Fatima, who joined a Swedish company in Stockholm. She waited for her manager to make decisions and tell her what to do.
He was confused?
He was worried about her. He kept asking her opinions, encouraging her to challenge his ideas. She thought she was being appropriately deferential. He thought she was unengaged or unhappy. Neither understood the other's cultural framework.
So how do other cultures navigate authority and hierarchy in workplaces?
Vietnamese culture leans closer to Pakistan. Strong respect for authority. Hierarchy is clear. Juniors don't typically challenge seniors publicly.
Is there any room for disagreement?
It depends heavily on context and relationship. A junior employee might privately suggest concerns to a trusted senior, but always very indirectly and deferentially. Open debate in meetings would be inappropriate.
British workplace culture is interestingly positioned, isn't it?
Very. Britain has hierarchies, but also values polite disagreement. You can challenge your manager's ideas, but you do it carefully. That's an interesting approach. I wonder if we might also consider... It's not Swedish flat structure, but not Pakistani absolute hierarchy either.
The passive voice helps.
It really does. Perhaps it might be worth exploring alternative approaches? Very British. You're disagreeing without actually saying, I disagree.
Kenyan workplace culture has elements of both. Respect for hierarchy from African and British colonial traditions, but also increasingly flat structures in tech and international companies.
So there's generational and industry variation. Older, traditional companies maintain stricter hierarchies. Younger, international companies adopt flatter structures.
Here's what's really at play with these authority differences. It's about what cultures believe makes organizations effective.
Pakistani culture believes clear authority and respect for hierarchy make organizations effective. When everyone knows their place and defers to experience, decisions get made efficiently, and social harmony is maintained.
Swedish culture believes collective intelligence and consensus make organizations effective. When everyone contributes, regardless of rank, you get better ideas and more buy-in. Hierarchy limits valuable input.
And neither is wrong. They're optimizing for different priorities. Pakistan optimizes for clarity, efficiency, and social order. Sweden optimizes for innovation, engagement, and collective wisdom.
The cultural misunderstandings in multinational companies must be severe.
They're constant. Pakistani employees think Swedish managers are weak leaders who can't make decisions. Swedish managers think Pakistani employees are passive and won't take initiative.
And British employees confuse everyone by politely disagreeing while maintaining hierarchy.
We're sitting in the uncomfortable middle, trying to do both.
So what's the actual solution for international teams?
Explicit discussion of decision-making norms. How do we make decisions? What level of debate is expected? Can junior employees challenge seniors? How should disagreement be expressed?
And adapt your behavior to the culture you're working in. If you're Swedish in Pakistan, understand that your manager doesn't want debate in meetings. If you're Pakistani in Sweden, understand that your silence will be interpreted as disengagement.
Or create a hybrid model that satisfies nobody.
That's often what happens in practice. International teams develop uncomfortable compromises where hierarchical cultures think there's too much debate and flat cultures think there's too much deference.
The authority structure isn't really about power. It's about effectiveness models.
Whether you never challenge the boss or always debate decisions reveals what your culture believes about where good ideas come from and how they should be validated.
And whether I disagree gets you fired or promoted.
Welcome to international business, where hierarchy itself is culturally negotiated.
Thanks for watching this exploration of workplace authority across cultures. If you've ever been confused about challenging your boss, now you know why.
Next episode tackles written workplace communication, the message minefield. Because if authority is complicated, email etiquette is a disaster. In Spain, emails need warm personal greetings and regards. In the UK, we prefer brief efficiency. Same message, radically different expectations about tone and length.
Subscribe for new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. And if you've navigated cross-cultural power dynamics, share your experience in the comments.
We love hearing your workplace authority stories.
Until next time, may your challenges to authority be culturally appropriate.
And may your deference or debate match expectations.